Are you thinking about moving to San Diego? Today we're going to check out a great neighborhood in Carlsbad, 92010. It is the northeast portion of Carlsbad. We're getting into neighborhoods, we're going to get into things to do, places to go. Let's get into it right now.
Howdy, howdy, I'm Chris Erickson.
And I'm Cassidy Lewis.
And we are local realtors here in North County, San Diego. And this is where you come for all things North County. We're hitting up neighborhoods, things to do, everything in between. If this is your first time to the channel, be sure to subscribe. We're dropping new videos every single week. We've been doing a lot of vlog style lately, so actually showcasing the whole town and what's around in each little community. If you guys are thinking about moving here to North County, San Diego, be sure to hit us up, call, text, email, whatever's easiest for you. We love helping people make the move and find that perfect home here in North County, San Diego.
Today we're getting into Carlsbad, specifically the 92010 zip code, which, like I said, is the northeastern portion of Carlsbad, right on the border of Oceanside. We're going to show you some neighborhoods here in 92010, including Robertson Ranch, which is one of the newer communities, Calvera Hills, which is one of the bigger communities here in 92010. We're also going to get into some fun things to do in the area, where it's located, how close it is to the beach.
Right now we're sitting in the dugout at the Calvera Hills Community Park, which we're going to show you a little bit later on, but right now we're going to show you where to hike here in 92010. Let's go check it out. So we just finished up our hike. We're at the top of Lake Calavera Preserve, right here, looking over Calavera Hills right behind us. It's one of the higher points in 92010. Maybe, I think it's the highest point, but you can see everywhere from here. It is super cool. Like, and the hike wasn't, I mean, it was a little steep, but it wasn't.
We chose a steep path.
Yeah, there's little loops going around where you can take the easier route. You can take the steeper route, which is just getting quicker up here.
So from this point, you can see pretty much all of North County. It's pretty awesome. Behind us, you got Oceanside, you got Vista. In a couple different zip codes of Carlsbad, all the way to the ocean on clear days. Today it's a little bit hazy out there on the ocean, but you can see Encinitas, you can see San Marcos, you can see it all. So a really cool perspective just to kind of get your bearings on where you are in North County.
This is one of the biggest attractions here in 92010, especially if you're living in Calvera Hills. You have super quick access to all these trails out here. There's miles and miles of trails to cruise around. Like I said, you could just take a nice little loop around the lake, or climb up here, take a run around, you can bring your bike out. It's a really big asset to have here in this community.
We're cruising through Calvera Hills, which is one of the bigger communities here in 92010. It's made up of condos, townhomes, as you can see where we're walking through, detached single-family houses. A lot of different options, a lot of different price points. The neighborhood we're walking through now is kind of all over $1 million.
From this area too, you're not too far from the beach. It's just a quick shot down Tamarack or down Carlsbad Village, and you're right there. And if you want to shoot like to downtown Carlsbad, where, you know, all the restaurants, all the bars, all that kind of stuff, it's probably like a 10-minute drive right down Carlsbad Village, and then you're right there in the heart of everything.
So since we are here in the hills here of Calavera, there's a lot of properties that have really great views. These behind us here look back towards the ocean.
And then some on the other side, you're actually looking at the open space, a preserve back there. So this area of Carlsbad has probably the most open space in all of Carlsbad. You can see a lot of it right behind us. That's where we just hiked earlier. And one of Carlsbad's goals is to maintain a lot of the open space. Some really, really pretty views up here.
Killer sunrises too, if that's your thing.
cruising through one of the bigger community parks here in 92010, Calvera Hills Community Park. Really cool spot, plenty of parking, so it's really easy to get into. We played a few softball games up here. There's a few ball fields.
There's also a couple of playgrounds, and then there's a big community center that has indoor basketball courts and some meeting areas and things like that.
This park, along with a few of the other parks here in Carlsbad, during the summers they do have a summer concert series where they have concerts in the park, so it's free concerts for open to the public. Anybody could cruise in here. You can bring food, you can bring wine, you can bring cheese and charcuterie if you like, but get out here and it's a good fun event for kind of the whole community.
So we are driving through a new construction community called the Preserve in Carlsbad. They have awesome amenities like beach entry pool, large kitchens, you've got townhomes, you've got detached single family homes, you've got an ecological preserve over here on our left, you've got an open floor plans.
By the way, he's just reading all the signs as we're going into the community.
But the community is made up of 4 different styles. Most of them are townhomes, but then there's also a community called Cypress, which is detached single-family houses. Really cool new construction. There's a couple of floor plans that have 3 stories with really, really cool rooftop decks.
And so most of the construction is done in here, but they are still finishing up a few of the units.
So if new construction is something that is really important to you, this is a great spot. It is the furthest north you can get in Carlsbad. It's really close to a bunch of amenities in Oceanside.
And if we had a drone shot, we would fly right over this hill and be at where we just were earlier, Calavera Hills and all those hiking trails and stuff right back there. Made it to Tamarack, which is one of the main beaches here in Carlsbad. There's a huge stretch here that goes all the way to Carlsbad Village. Beaches here in Carlsbad are pretty awesome, I would say.
Yep, I agree. Pretty awesome. From 92010, there are like 3 main ways to get to the beach. You can go down Cannon, you can go down Tamarack, which you just saw, and then you can also go through the village down Carlsbad Village Drive. So there's a bunch of different ways depending on where in 92010 you live.
So this zip code of Carlsbad is going to be mostly residential. If you do need to go grocery shopping, that kind of stuff, there are a few grocery stores kind of fairly close, but if you're looking for like walkability, 2 restaurants, 2 shops, this is not the spot.
If you're okay hopping in the car to get to restaurants and shops and stuff, there's some really great things around. The shops in Carlsbad is a big mall with a new movie theater, a bunch of entertainment, and a bunch of restaurants. One of my favorites, the Yard House.
And then if you want like some more local flavor, smaller restaurants, all that kind of stuff, you can just shoot down to Carlsbad Village, which isn't too far, and that's where like kind of the downtown heart of Carlsbad is, and that's where they have a ton of places to go down there and explore. So, and it's, I don't know, probably it's 10-15 minutes, not too far to get down there as well. We're in Robertson Ranch, one of the newer master plan communities here in this section of Carlsbad, and it's one, well, it is the highest end houses in 92010. The size of the houses are pretty big. The lots are going to be small for the most part. So this zip code of Carlsbad, 92010, is going to be the most affordable of all of Carlsbad. The other three zip codes of Carlsbad, the median price is right around 1.1 and higher, which this zip code is right around $857,000. So you are still going to be in Carlsbad. You're going to have access to the ocean and everything it does have to offer.
These are going to be bigger houses, 3,000 square foot plus. They are going to be the most high-end price-wise in this zip code as well. There's also a great community center here called the Oasis with really great amenities. There is a gated community with some larger homes in it as well.
One other thing about Robertson Ranch, there's not a ton of open space. It's mostly all housing, but there are a few little community parks. There's some playgrounds. There's a park where you could go work out in.
So that's a couple of the main neighborhoods here in 92010. We're going to show you a couple more neighborhoods. Let's go into montage mode.
So here in 92010, there's a few other things to hit up. Prager Brothers, they're a local bakery. They're making some really good breads and stuff. I just picked up a sourdough loaf and a cinnamon roll. Go check them out. Right next door is Leap Coffee, a local coffee spot. Just hit that up as well. Got my standard go-to half-calf Americano, making some real good coffee over there. A few doors down is Choice Juicery. If you want some fresh, organic, local juice, go hit them up. These are all in the commercial area of 92010, so just like the southern portion of 92010 and like a business park kind of deal. Tucked in between one of the fire stations and the police station is a little skate park. It's kind of tucked away and hidden back there. It's a really cool little area. And you can also hit up where I am, Rancho Carlsbad Golf Course. It's tucked away here, right off El Camino Real, a nice little par 3 course. They do have a nice little driving range here, some really killer views of like kind of a little bit of Carlsbad agriculture. We're finishing up the day here at Arcana Brewing, right here in 92010. It's one of the few breweries that are in this zip code here. I mean, Carlsbad as a whole has a bunch, but in this specific zip, there's only a handful. We covered some neighborhoods, some things to do, showed you a little bit about how close it was to the beach. Most of it is residential, plus the hiking. I think the hiking is probably the highlight of this whole community here. A ton of trails, just get outdoors. And then obviously the beach is another highlight. Even though the zip code is not on the ocean, it's a quick little jaunt down there, so it's not too bad. 92010 basically is bordered by El Camino Real and Palomar Airport.
So showing you some of the neighborhoods, we showed you kind of the top end, high end stuff in Robertson Ranch, all the way down to condos in Calvera Hills. There's a ton of different options for all price points in this zip code, which is great. And like we talked about, it is one of the most affordable zip codes in Carlsbad.
So if you are looking to get into Carlsbad or North County in general, hit us up. Call, text, email, whatever's easiest for you. We love helping people make that move. And if this is your first time to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're dropping new videos every single week, all about North County, neighborhoods, things to do, everything in between.
We are realtors here in North County, San Diego. I'm Cassidy Lewis.
I'm Chris Erickson.
And let us know if we can do anything to help. We love helping people relocate. Hit us up.